I'm a god. Are you guys ready?
No.
And countdown. 3, 2, 1. I'm already recording.
Wait.
Oh,
Why'd you do the countdown?
what a shot in the dark.
Yeah, well.
Rather, I took a shot in the dark. I guess.
Boo.
Yeah, that wasn't a joke. I just messed up.
Oh.
So, how's it going? How's everybody
we
doing?
didn't even say who we are.
Welcome to the Ghost Collective.
The Collective of Ghosts.
This is a number episode I've lost track.
It's probably 4. You lost track after 3.
I think we did 4.
Is
I know we did.
This is the Ghost Collective.
This is the Ghost Collective.
We're not going to bring in that part where we say what episode it is.
Episode 4, potentially 5.
Or we could just leave out episode numbers and then we could just upload
People
these
need
in any
organization, George. You stop numbering our episodes, next thing you know, there's Visigoths all over the place ruining your art.
Welcome to the Ghost Collective. It's me, one of your hosts, George. I'm joined here again with
You ghost host?
my other ghost host, Steve.
And a third host.
And Jim.
So what's up today, boys? What kind of spooky stuff do we got going on?
First off, is this recording? Because that's going to be the spookiest thing in the world, is if we're doing all this and it's not even recording again.
No, it's recording.
Okay.
I'm paying attention this time.
Way to interrupt the flow, Steven.
No, I think that.
Well,
that's flow.
That's all right. Talking about flow.
Only dead fish swim with the stream.
I want to use this opportunity to lay something pretty cool down.
We have no clue what this is.
What?
Literally, this only I know.
We are learning along with you, audience, what George has in store.
The podcast has a sponsor.
We have a sponsor.
Whoa. Is
So.
it Tide Pods?
Please tell me it's Coleman Sports
No, you can't tell us. We have to try and guess. This is...
I really wanted to be Coleman camping gear.
It's Old Navy. Socks. Only.
Only the tips of the socks.
All right, I give up with it.
All right, so the podcast has the sponsor of a certain underwear company.
I feel like you're just lying to me now.
Yeah, there's no sponsor.
I was going to say, I'm kind of relieved. That's way too much pressure for me. I want to have to start, hawking underwear off. Now, those SCPs were really spooky. Now, a word from our sponsor, Fruit of the Loom.
Do you need to change your underwear?
Is it considered selling out if we started out just going right into it, with sponsors and...
Hey, someone's got to fund us.
If we say a brand name enough, do we get paid for it?
Starbucks.
Because right now...
I feel like we talk about Disney Death Squads, every single podcast.
Hey, you're the one who brings it up.
It comes up every single podcast, so I mean,
Hey, Disney.
I guess it's bad press, but it's press.
I mean, Disney just bought 21st Century Fox. Why don't they buy the Ghost Collective? I will easily sell for $10 million. That's nothing for them.
They'll literally
I'll sell for
Lucas Films or whatever.
$50.
Or the Lucas Games studio or whatever, when they bought out the studio and then just instantly closed it.
Are you comparing us to Lucas Games?
I feel like we're better than that.
And we don't even make games.
Do they make Star Wars Battlefield, though?
Battlefront.
Ooh. Hey, Battlefield, sponsor us.
Yeah. They made the first one. We're way off topic.
I was going to say, we can't our whole purpose is to talk about spooky things. We're just talking about advertising.
Talking about corporate America. It doesn't get spookier than that.
We're 4 minutes. We're almost 5 minutes in. All right. Who would like to go? Jim, you can go first.
I can go first. I wasn't ready for this.
Okay.
I mean, I am ready, but I'll go first. It's good. I just drank the rest of that sake, and now I forgot what my thing was.
Yeah, by the way, we're drinking some high-quality sake while we're doing this.
I'm drinking blueberry coffee.
Yeah, I'm drinking a nice Dunkin' Donuts coffee as well.
Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin' Donuts.
It's actually just Dunkin' now. But anyways, once again, following, my laziness of looking things up, I have another SCP. But this one's kind of wholesome. It's kind of cute.
Okay.
We ain't about that.
It's
done.
Cute, but also
next, George.
it's SCP-4062.
This isn't the Smile Collective.
It had a name on the other page. Let me go back real quick.
Where's Ariana?
Oh no, the internet's not loading. It's called like the wet dog or something like that. But so this
How's that wholesome?
this SCP
How do you get wet?
is a dog. It's a really shaggy dog. Look at that thing. It's adorable. Absolute unit. But its whole gimmick, I guess, is that when it gets wet, it shakes off until it's dry. But like
No.
it's a
it
dog.
doesn't stop until it's completely dry. So like if you submerge this dog in a deep pool of water, it'll shake until all of the water boils up and disappears around it.
What the heck? Hey, what was? Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's just. That's stupid.
No, it gets better because it's practical too. So
Can't get
It's
bet-
practical.
It can't.
no, because
better.
it generates energy. So the Russians, the Soviets, this was found in a captured Soviet sub. They thought it was like this new kind of like secret power that the Soviets were using.
And they opened the thing and there's.
But they opened the reactor
Scruff
and it
them
was
off.
just a dog shaking so violently it was causing steam to form. So it was a dog powered
This
submarine.
is not wholesome. This is not scary.
This is so cute. It's a dog that just wants to be dry. So the
Now,
SCP Foundation
Yeah.
holds this thing in a standard canine containment kennel, furnished with a large dog bed, a food dish, a water bowl, and dog toys. That's adorable.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The
But
dog.
then-
How much water is a dog consisted of? Like humans are like what 75% or something like that.
It may
doesn't
not
shake
even
its-
it may not even be a dog. It just looks like a dog. But yeah.
So do I.
Oh, it also says that if it's put in an environment where, like, I guess the liquid can't evaporate or something, it'll just shake indefinitely. Which is kind of funny.
So it has to be liquid. Like it won't start shaking if it's like really humid outside.
Well, I mean, that's... Oh my god. This dog just got very dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess it'll just keep shaking then if it's humid.
It's the fog dog.
The fog dog.
Sometimes if you squint hard enough,
So
you can see the fog dog.
the SCP Foundation apparently
He'll shake you till you die.
interrogated this dog. Oh wait, no, they interrogated the ship's crew.
They interrogated the dog.
That's what
Why
I
are you
thought.
shaking?
What they do? Shake it.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody on this ship knew about it except for a canine engineer. I graduated from the Moscow Engineering Physics Institute. Canine Physics and Engineering program.
Is that where they?
Nobody knew that dog was there.
Except for the canine expert.
So you're
Canine engineer.
I feel like it's like they opened the sub and they were like, all right, whose dog is this? What is this? And everybody's like, I don't know.
I don't know, stick it in the water reactor.
Not mine.
I mean, it's a
Let's
source
spritz it
of
with some
power.
What?
It's a source of power. I wonder if this dog could generate power for the entire world, because it shakes like... Apparently it shakes faster the more, like, liquid it's in. So if you just stick this thing in the ocean, you can have steam power for the entire world.
What's the conversion rate? What's dog shakes to kilowatts?
You know, I actually do think it says this in here somewhere.
That's going to be the future. They're going to get rid of horsepower when electric cars take over, and it's just going to be dog shakes instead.
Yeah, so
This baby runs on 900 dog shakes.
it rapidly shakes at a frequency that exponentially increases with the volume of liquid surrounding it. So the more liquid it's in, the more it shakes. I guess until it reaches supersonic speed.
Supersonic. Supersonic.
It's amazing. But yeah, apparently the dog can't, like, it can breathe underwater or something. Like, it's perfectly fine being underwater. I mean, apparently.
My mic was coming through super low. That kind of sucks, but that's all right.
Don't break the fourth wall, George.
Yeah, this isn't a podcast. This is an interactive story.
This is an interactive experience about dogs
Except
that
for
generate
nobody
power.
can interact with us.
Except
Unless you like, subscribe, and hit that bell button.
Smash that bell button.
follow our Instagram that Steve hates.
But yeah, so it's a sheepdog, just for listeners to, you know, get an image of this dog. And it's classified as safe.
I don't know. I feel like that has pretty has a whole boatload of
I
consequences.
don't know. All I
behind it.
know.
What if it was a Chihuahua? I mean, Chihuahuas shake.
I guess it's safe as long as the dog's power is in the right hands.
So the dude they investigate it claims that this SCP does not age, but it has a half-life of 67.3 years and will eventually decay into a Siberian Husky and 2 Russian toy terriers.
Why? Why? This is ridiculous.
So, no.
I'm over this.
What if that happened though? And then you have 3 dogs that shake and
Why did you pick this? Out of like an entire internet full of
Creepy things. You picked
the
a dog that
the dog
shakes
that
until it's-
degenerates into other dogs.
because you're probably gonna have some like Wendigo that like wears people's skin as masks, and George is probably gonna have some kind of street art that like turns people inside out. I need that to be
but
lighthearted.
What if my
turns them
Wendigo?
right side in.
Every time my Wendigo eats somebody, it generates energy.
I mean, it sounds likely. It poops out like batteries.
Have you ever seen a Wendigo?
That
I don't know,
poops
Steve,
out
how many-
batteries? Yeah, that's actually SCP-7496.
Yeah.
Steve,
They just
how
put
many
it-
calories are you?
I would actually
7.
enjoy seeing that.
Well, how many calories I am? Or-
If a Wendigo ate you, used your skin as a mask, and then pooped you out as batteries, how many batteries you would equal?
Well, what do you think about like how
That is-
how windmills first came into existence? It was just like
Way to stave off the
That's a
Wendigos.
cat.
It
That's
was
a
a-
cat that they taped
No.
on his back.
it was a Wendigo at the end of a conveyor belt, and they would just shove people towards the Wendigo, and the more he ate, the more the wind. You
No,
know, the,
no,
the windmill moved.
They had the Wendigo on a treadmill, and at the end of the treadmill was a person just hanging in a cage.
Turns out the Black Plague
On a
was just a giant cover-up for human
Yeah,
sacrifice.
The Wendigos.
But yeah, that's my sheepdog.
They're
I mean,
originally called windmills.
windmills. Old English. But yeah, let's hear about yours then, Steve.
I'm
since
still
my
on the
sheepdog apparently
Wendigo
sucks.
energy.
Wendigo
Yeah.
energy.
How
Check
many
out,
shakes is that equivalent to?
yeah,
So when,
check out my new Corvette, fellas.
So
it's,
when Tesla
900 Wendigo power.
So when Tesla invented electricity and Edison stole the idea, where the Wendigos start getting like systematically killed off.
Well, you see, they were both Wendigos
Wait, then why would they invent electricity?
because
It ruins our whole system.
they're trying to destroy the competition in the Wendigo market.
Sounds likely.
I got you sold on that one.
Yeah, I believe it.
All right, what about you, George? You go with that? You go with that backstory?
I can take it.
Alright.
I guess I'll do. I'll survive.
Does anybody else have a better idea than Wendigo energy?
Wendigo. Better idea. Better
big
idea of what?
Wendigo
You're
energy.
issuing a call to action with like no idea of what.
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna like sell vampire energy to me, or like, I don't know, chupacabra energy?
Chupacabra energy.
Chupacabra. Huh. I don't know. Go ahead, Steve. You do yours.
Okay, so I've been reading like a bunch of creepypastas.
Bunch of 'em? How many is a
a
bunch?
whole-
Like 5?
A whole bushel of creepypastas. I have my basket right to the side. I'm gonna pull a creepypasta out of it.
It's a hat.
Yeah,
It's a little,
I mean, I'm not gonna read it, but I'm kind of just gonna summarize it and
that's fine.
repeat it from memory as best as possible. Because I mean, if I was just sitting there reading
dog?
this to you, I
Wait,
mean,
let me take a guess. It's a dog that when it's dry shakes and generates water.
that'd actually be helpful. That'd be really helpful. Just imagine bringing this dog out into the desert with you.
Yeah, but then it would ruin the desert biome. I don't think lizards would. Tell me.
He could just drown out the Wendigos.
Just tell me what
Wait. Here's a major flaw in this. What if the dog drowns very easily?
Jim, your story is stupid.
Dude, let me hear yours. Go on. I'm done delaying this.
All right,
Let me
now that I
hear.
insulted you and I completely opened myself up for all this criticism that's about to come my way, I got
Go.
a creepy. It's called "You're Gonna Notice a Woman When You."
Wow.
Yeah, you're making me nervous, dude.
Wow.
You're making me nervous. Stop looking at me.
Go on.
You're gonna notice a woman in your home. You must ignore her.
Is this the title?
Yeah, that's the
That's
title.
the
of
entire
creepypasta.
title. It's already off to a horrible
that's
start.
Just, no, that's the whole thing. That's it. It's over.
Wait, what?
No, I'm
Say
just
it
kidding.
again.
So basically, this kid wakes up in the morning. He goes downstairs for breakfast.
Is this just a window girls except during the day?
It's like kind of, sort of. But this guy like goes downstairs, and his dad's in the corner of the house staring at this figure. And he notices his son come down the stairs, and he goes like, "Oh son, don't look at her. Whatever you do,
Oh, hey, son, how you doing? Don't look at that thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then he just goes. They both go over to the table, and the kid sees like this disgusting blob of gray skin and hair out of the corner of his eye. And he's like, he doesn't question it. He just listens to his
Just
dad
leave the
because his
house.
dad had some sort of nervousness in his voice. And
Why didn't the dad like come get the kid? Like get out of the house.
because so the whole thing is with this thing is the more you like the more you recognize it, the more attention you give it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Ah.
So just like picture this thing from like the girl from The Ring. Just like picture something that looks like that with just like long sloppy hair just dangling from it and this gray decrepit skin.
So it's a witch from Left 4 Dead 1.
Yeah, kind of, except for black disgusting hair. Just sitting in the corner of your room and you're not allowed to look at it. So they all just, pile into a nice family-friendly dinner where they're all asking each other how their day was, and they have to go on with this conversation and just pretend like this thing isn't in the corner of the room.
So when you say attention, like if we were eating dinner and this thing was in the corner, I went, I'm cutting up my steak. Yeah, the steak's really good. I just kind of wish, the thing wasn't in the corner.
Nope,
Would that make
nope.
it more powerful?
Yeah, you
Make it
can't make any sort of.
So what if I just kind of
Reference
like
to this.
looked at you and just like wink, wink, nudged over like toward the corner? What counts as attention for this thing?
Absolutely everything. Just like if I was sitting right here and I noticed you two guys,
So even the
sitting
thought-
there just talking, having a conversation, I would listen into your conversation if I found out it was about me. Well, what the hell are you guys doing? Why are you talking about me?
So even like, does it
It's just like that.
does it have to be like an external action giving attention to it? Because I feel like even just
you just
see-
can't give
even
attention
just
to it,
knowing
dude.
about it, because then you're thinking about it. Is that attention? Is this really just like a
You
philosophical
can
allegory about like
you can think about it.
dangerous topics or
This
something?
is literally the elephant in the room. Just
Yeah, it's just think
The
about
Grudge
it. Yeah,
edition.
exactly.
So,
So
does
it
the
just
story advance?
this goes on for months, and the family is going crazy. And the worst part about it is that the mom is like a stay-at-home mom, and it never leaves the house unless the entire family gets in the car and goes somewhere.
then it goes in the car with them.
No, it kind of just like follows behind them.
Oh.
But the family is like they're the only people that can see this thing.
That's where I'm like, well, Karen, it was nice, but
Yeah.
I'm going to Canada. It's nice knowing you.
I'm out of here.
So basically,
I'm going to the store
mom
for cigarettes.
the mom is stuck in the house with this thing 24/7.
Right.
But so she kind of like gets the full like brunt of this setup. Like she has to deal with it the most. But the author of this creepypasta says that the worst part about it is nighttime when you're sitting there trying to sleep and this thing is hovering over you, staring at you. And then you can just feel its like wet hair just like sliding down your back because it's like leaning so far over that you have like no personal space.
I don't know. I take issue with like the father being so initially nonchalant about this. Is this just like a family curse his grandfather warned him about?
Well,
Like, one day, Yosef, a thing will come to your house. You cannot pay it any attention,
Well,
or
here's-
else it will advance.
here's the issue with it. You
Oh.
only
I thought I gathered what the issue was already.
well, yeah, that's the issue. But I mean, here's like where it comes from. You learn about it like the moment you learn about it, and the
It's one
moment
of those. So
you
now
think
we're at
about
risk
it too
about it.
much. Yeah, and now she's in the corner right now. And
Honestly,
for everybody
Why'd you
listening to
just
the point,
acknowledge her?
well, I'm dead.
So, like, is there stages to this? Is there, like, an outline? Like, did some brave soul put a compendium together? Like, on the first stage, when you first noticed the beast, she will get slightly...
Compendium, huh?
She will get slightly larger, but that is it.
I think she just gets
However,
more like irritated, I guess.
if you notice her twice, then her nails will grow slightly
Is
longer.
this Monty Python?
And then,
Well-
on the third time of bringing notice to the foul wench in the corner, she will strike, and you will be most sad.
Now, I don't know how she would react to insults.
How would she react?
Well, let's figure
to
out.
my
She's
Viking?
right there in the corner.
Yes.
Hey, let's get her a mic. Do we even know if this is our
New? Let's bring on the guest. Everyone, welcome, the creepy girl that stands in the corner.
Yeah, do we even know if this is a woman? You said long dark hair, and I just
They
instantly
describe her
assumed.
as woman. I mean, the title of the creepypasta is there's a woman in your house and you have to ignore her. But
Maybe her whole thing is everyone keeps calling her a woman, but it's actually a dude with long hair. That's why she's upset.
Yeah, that's a dude with long hair. I kind of take a little offense to.
It's really just Jim.
This. Yeah, it's just me.
just,
It's my day job.
he'll just leave when you give him some hot pockets.
That's creepy. That is creepy though. Like I'm trying to sit there and think like how you like just try to sleep with this thing like leaning over you. Like if there's a stink bug on my wall, I can't sleep.
Honestly, at that point, it's like either I tell my family like leave, this is just my life from now on. Do that for my family. Or option 2, I'm leaving my wife and kids and just going somewhere, or just killing myself.
It can only be in one house at a time.
Right.
So I guess the whole goal of it is to tell as many people as possible so they start thinking about it and they start drawing attention to it.
Jeez, that's really sadistic.
So then it starts haunting them instead, because the
So
more
like
attention
it follows where you like have to sleep with other people.
Just
yeah,
dump
I
it off
guess,
on someone else.
except for its attention. It's not.
Do you think it gets more sly
stupid.
over time? Like once it gets bored with a family, or if it like doesn't like a house or something, it'll start positioning itself like behind mirrors.
What if it's
So like you open the mirror, close it, and you're looking right at it. Like, God damn it!
again?
Yeah, it tries to be in your vision, your periph at all points.
The story ends with the mom just getting sick of it because she had to deal with this thing 24/7, like I said before. And she finally just, like, goes off on this girl in the corner. Like, she's just, like, cursing him out, just saying, get out of my house. And then, this is in, like, you just see, like, the blood just, like, splurting out from underneath the door because, she finally gave in and gave it full, like, one-on-one attention.
Wasn't like a twist ending where it was really just some alien game show where, like, she turns around, she's like, congratulations! You won a new Chevy Corolla!
The whole thing was that you just had to ask it politely to leave, and then it just would have left.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were having fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all I had to do.
I mean, if you don't really want me here in the corner of vision, I guess I'll just leave. Makes you feel really bad, so you invite it back in.
It makes you wonder, like, who was the first person to realize that the way to get around it was to not pay attention to it? Because
that was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, I know, because, like, if I saw somebody in my house, I'd be giving them a lot of attention. I'd be like,
You probably went into the wrong house one time.
well,
where there was like 40 people. It was like a party or something when it got there. So there's a lot of...
It's a Halloween party.
It's like, okay, well, Billy looked at it, he died. Ted talked about it, he died. And it's like by the 50th person, it's like, okay, maybe the whole trick is just to ignore it.
See, SCP, this is what you should be doing. You should be investigating this instead of shaking dogs.
Well, I don't think they really chose to investigate the shaking dog. I think they more so just accidentally found it.
Across it. They're like, ah, shit.
What if she shakes just with blood, not water?
What SCP are we at? All right, just give it a number. Give it a tab.
See, that's the thing, though. What makes a good SCP? How much you talk about it. And we're on to your segment, and we're back into my SCP now. So
Yeah,
I really wish we weren't talking about your SCP.
Like, that's the thing, though. It's like oh my god, what if the thing in the corner is really just the dog?
It's a dog that hasn't had a haircut in a long time.
No, we can't keep blending in all of our stuff like this.
And sometimes it draws on the wall. It makes street art.
So, so ending the story, I'm sorry, audience, that I got this woman stuck in your head. And you're probably going to talk to your family and friends about it.
Fun fact, this whole podcast...
She's going to be right behind you right now.
This podcast was actually just a giant ruse to get this thing to leave.
She actually paid us to talk about her. So
she's our sponsor.
I'm so tired of being locked in this room with Steve and George that we need to get rid of this thing.
Yeah. Now a moment for from our sponsors. Christ.
Or Burger King, if you also want to sponsor us, please.
Anyone who has,
go on down
money.
to your local Burger King. Get yourself a Whopper.
Dead witch in the corner. Same thing.
Here's a good time to say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
I already said that.
Oh, we're actually doing a plug? I thought this was
I
Burger King spot.
I already said that.
Yeah, well, let's say it again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
No, the fake
it.
desperation was already done.
Hit the bell.
Please don't hit the bell.
Yeah, do anything but hit the bell.
Follow our Instagram, the Ghost Collective Podcast.
Or don't. That's cool too.
No, you can follow it. And yeah. Okay, so was that yours? That was it?
You mean that was it? I put a lot of soul searching.
No, I'm saying was that the end of it?
I don't know, Steve. It sounds like George may like the dog better.
I'm starting to.
Oh.
I mean, if I had to choose between a dog and a scaly wet lady.
Sorry, what was your story called?
To be your best man?
There's a person in your house and you can do anything but not look at her, because if you look at her, you die.
Whereas a dog just makes it so you can have a bean farm.
A bean farm? What?
Rice paddies.
Bean farm. What's your story, George?
Mine's a short little something I found on the Creepypasta website.
Pull it out of the bushel.
Yep.
Is it about a dog?
It's about a wet lady.
It could be.
Petting a wet dog.
It's about a hunter. It's the story's called The Portraits. So I'm just gonna read it out. It's like a paragraph and a half long. So there was a hunter in the woods who, after a long day of hunting, was in the middle of an immense forest. It was getting dark, and having lost his bearings, he decided to head in one direction until he was clear of the increasingly oppressive foliage. I guess that's what it says. Oppressive. They spelled it wrong though. After what seemed like hours, he came across a cabin in a small clearing. Realizing how dark it had grown, he decided to see if he could stay there for the night. He approached and found the door ajar. Nobody was inside.
Is this the window one?
Jim.
Are you reading me the window one right now?
Jim, what the hell is your problem?
Oh no, that was the twist. I forgot it was the paintings.
Jim,
You're not helping. You're still going.
What the
Stop
hell?
talking.
What the hell, dude?
This was a really popular one. I'm so sorry.
Please continue. George.
Wow. And by the way, I like your story better, Steve.
Thanks. Do we have a dog to shake?
Yeah. God, can we tape you to the dog and have the dog shake you?
Yeah, it has to be under the water first.
Until your brain hits the front of your skull.
That would actually be an awful way to die, because it would be shaking fast enough to boil the water. So the water would be boiling, and I'd be getting shaken at the speed of whatever it takes to boil water.
Yeah, I hope you know that the shin bed is definitely taking notes on this podcast right now.
Yeah, they're like, "Where's the dog?"
They're like, "This is
Get
perfect.
us the dog." Anyway, let me continue on. Nobody was inside. The hunter flopped down on the single bed, deciding to explain himself to the owner in the morning. As he looked around, he was surprised to see the walls adorned by many portraits, all painted in incredible detail. Without expectation, they appeared to be staring down at him, their features twisted into looks of hatred. Staring back, he grew increasingly uncomfortable, making a concerned effort to ignore the many hateful faces. He turned to face the wall, and exhausted, he fell into a restless sleep. Facing down in an unfamiliar bed, he turned, blinking in the unexpected sunlight. Looking up, he discovered that the cabin had no portraits, only windows. Which you knew that because someone
what a
spoiled
twist!
The
Wow, dude, didn't see that one coming.
So this dude was
unexpected.
This dude was in a cabin. He was like so tired that he didn't realize that it was all windows around him. Like there was enough light to see like the faces. I don't know.
See, this one's always bothered me. Because where were all those people at when he was walking in there? If there's that many windows...
No, the thing that bothers me the most about this story is that whenever I think about it...
Jim jumps in and spoils it for you?
He tells me my thoughts before I can think. Yeah. But like, I don't picture like disgusting, weird, angry faces like he describes. For some reason, I think of like the Who's from Dr. Seuss novels.
You know what?
Like with really angry looking faces. Like I think of this in like a cartoon.
Is this really just how the Grinch like? Is this the Grinch?
Am I the only one that gets Who's from Whoville?
Yes, you're the only one.
No, I think of oh my god! So there was this really old Harry Potter game, and I'm never going to be able to find this image, but there was a portrait in it of this woman with a really long face, and it was really stanky looking. And that's what I think of whenever I hear this
Are
story.
you allowed to pay attention to it?
I just think of like, I don't know, like the Corpse Bride people.
I think of the Who's.
Is that what you think of?
I think of
Did
Cindy
they start
Lou Who.
singing to you?
Yeah.
We're not portraits.
I don't remember a single song from How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
He
I'm
just
not
sang
going to
one.
lie.
Yeah.
I still don't.
It's all made up gibberish. So, I mean, you can just say whatever and do like the melody. And
Don't you remember like the most famous song from that?
I mean, oh yeah, I remember that one.
What about the like really important one? You're
I
a
don't
mean
know.
one, Mr. Grinch.
Oh yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
That didn't even come to mind.
I don't know. I never really liked the Grinch too much because I mean, like,
Why? Because he doesn't spoil.
no, because all
Endings
the
for people?
Who's were dicks to him, and then got all pissy when, of course, he doesn't like Christmas because they were dicks to him. Like,
I think I saw that one thing online where someone said that he didn't really hate Christmas. He just hated people.
he just hated the Who's who outcasted him
Yeah,
and turned
it
him.
completely just ruined his life.
Dude was
Sorry.
born green, and they just threw him out.
He had a dog. Yeah, that's how he powered. Oh my god, dude! We just solved how the Grinch stole Christmas.
Wait,
That's
we
how he
went full
powered
circle.
his kooky cave.
His
That
kooky
dog-
cave.
that dog.
His kooky
that dog was shaking.
Was there a girl in the corner of that one too, or is that just Cindy?
That's
Lou
Cindy
Who?
Lou. Oh my god!
If it's
Peace
any
in the puzzle.
if it's any better, I found it even bland and even more kind of. Why does this SCP exist?
So
SCP.
did you have to look up a second story because your first one was so just off the wall?
No, this one sucks even more.
No, oh boy.
Well, I hope I know it so I can spoil it.
This is no, because I've just been scrolling down the list looking at the really weird titles people have for their SCPs. But this one's called SCP-4350. And it's a certain model of Mitsubishi Gallant that when you're in a certain like area of this certain town in California, you see weird humanoid things.
A very specific.
But you have to
Mitsubishi
be in
Gallant.
like this specific spot.
That's
And that's it. That's like literally it.
That just sounds like a Easter egg in a video game.
yeah. Well, actually, see, you know what's funny is I went and got my car washed the other day.
And
And
there's humanoid
Yeah,
things.
there was
everywhere.
human everywhere.
And then I realized, oh wait, those are people.
No, so there was a sign out on the front that said we are not responsible to any damage to Mitsubishi Gallant window or mirrors. There was like a sign right
Oh
at the
my god,
thing.
there's actually something here. Because this was apparently mass produced. Like, you can buy an 8th generation Mitsubishi Gallant, go to Laurel Creek, California, and see these yellow people. Oh,
That's-
they're yellow too. I kind of wanted to leave that part out because I don't really know what the
So you-
intentions of this SCP Arthur was.
So it's The Simpsons.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see the
You get teleported to the spring.
But yeah, some of these have really weird titles. Like, look at this one. Her Noodly Appendage. Where'd it go? I was going to click on it, but I can't find it.
Is that the spaghetti monster or whatever?
I don't know.
Her noodly.
And then it just has a picture of a bowl with like a piece of cheese in it.
It sounds like an alt band, like My
Her
Chemical
Noodly
Romance.
Appendage.
Broke up and got back together as Her Noodly Appendage.
I write sauces, not tragedies. Oh wait, no.
I mix salsas.
Is that My Chemical Romance or is that
No, that's Panic at the
You're
Disco.
dumb hoe.
Noodles at the Disco?
Noodles at the disco.
Somebody bumped into you and they spilled all over the dance floor. Everybody started slipping.
I don't know. I guess that could be kind of creepy though. Like if you're driving,
Noodles at the dance floor.
no, if you're driving through,
oh.
if you're driving through this town, maybe taking your family on vacation to Laurel Creek, California, wherever that is. Sorry, Laurel Creek, California. I'm sure you're a cool town, but and you just start driving and you see these weird humanoid people.
What else you got on that?
Well,
What else you got on that
well,
website?
hold on.
Pull another one out.
You started talking about noodly things, and then we like combined them with
You
some
wanna-
like music bands, and then I sat there and was like, what are other angsty teen bands?
No, we're way behind. We're way
way behind.
way in front of that.
I'm like trying to sit there,
Alright.
like, what kind of Italian penne can I stick in it?
I'm trying
Alright.
to decipher this
And-
her
and-
noodly appendage. What?
You're just gonna bring this back, and then you're not even gonna contribute to it.
The pasta card,
What?
yellow
Pasta-
card.
Oh, I thought you said cart. Pasta cart.
Yeah, pasta cart. Look at my pasta cart. Sounds like a aristocrat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Apparently. So this is written in weird SCP gibberish, so I'm trying to...
That's English.
This is apparently like... It's apparently like a bowl of spaghetti that communicates with people through like writing and noodles.
We're still
Like,
on a noodly appendage.
You'll like ask it a question and it'll like put noodles somewhere in your house that like gives you the answer.
Why is this like that?
It could
Charlie
be like
Charlie
alphabet
thing or
soup
whatever it is.
noodles. It could be
Yeah.
linguine that spells out hello.
We're playing tag with the demon or whatever. Except for
Playing tag with a bowl of alphabet.
you have to stab the
But yeah, so
fettuccine and then run into the other room and hide.
yeah, it's like and
And you
so
just hear slopping
example-
on the floor.
an example is a bowl of leftover linguine found on top of the mini fridge of the chief of staff's office in the West Wing. The
Dear God.
linguine was left out for approximately 2 days, allowing it to dry. All linguine was found arranged into the word thirst. It is speculated that this happened while the linguine was still pliable and then dried out. So it's like talking. It's talking linguine.
Did it say what administration this was under?
No, it's actually redacted. It says so the first example, a single piece of spaghetti found at the bottom of President redacted's bowl arranged in, oh wait, it's 2.
Seems like some Jimmy Carter bullshit.
Well, it's, so it looks like it's 4 letters, and then the last name is 1, 2, 3, 4,
Sorry, Mr.
5,
Carter.
6, 7. Who
Huh?
could that be? Its first name's 4 letters, last name's 7. Why are we talking about U.S. presidents right now?
Last name 7.
I don't know, it could just be an unintentional thing on their part.
Is that Lincoln? Was this under the Lincoln presidency?
Why did he have a bowl of spaghetti?
What? I mean, is Lincoln not allowed to enjoy spaghetti from time to time?
I don't know. I feel like it was a hard commodity around that
Stuck
time.
in his beard. He's the president, dude.
You
He
know,
got
whatever
shot.
he wants. Does that disqualify him from being president?
If you ever get
I don't know.
shot, it just means you just eat enough spaghetti.
Well, I mean, you said like the way you said it, like he got like special
Sorry,
privileges to things. It was like he got a special privilege of being shot.
A bullet.
Sorry, Kennedy, you're out.
Kennedy also wanted some ziti.
Oh my god. Jackie O should have just ate the Lasaga.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Too
actually
soon.
don't think any president has a name that's the first name that's 4 letters long and a last name that's 7.
Aber.
Oh wait, hold on. It was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's the spaghetti monster.
I mean, we already knew that.
Yeah, it was Bill
We just didn't know he was talking to the stuff.
Wait, come in here.
But yeah, like
I wish I could do a Bill Clinton impression.
there's just so
No.
many. There's just
The
so many.
spaghetti's talking to me.
Hillary, the spaghetti's talking to me. I can't do it. I can't
I
do
mean,
it.
it's not bad. It's a shot.
I can just go on and on with these weird SCPs, like SCP-4390. God is a can. What kind of gold is waiting behind this link? Oh wait, this page doesn't exist
Too
yet.
good.
This got even weirder. I clicked on God is a can, and the page doesn't exist yet. I need to research this one.
We can make up our own story
Oh
about
no, it's like Wikipedia. You can help by expanding God as a can.
it. Oh, Christ.
It's just
Steve, do you want to tell the story about the time that we went up that like weird driveway?
up that weird driveway.
Oh yeah.
SCP-4757, the weird driveway.
This is a personal
So-
experience that me and Steve had
Yeah,
that
this
like
was wild.
really like messed with us.
So I don't know who went to who with this
Who went
story.
to who?
Basically, one of us
It was
like,
you because I had no idea about it.
Okay. So there was this story of a place near us where this guy. This is a fun happy-go-lucky story I'm about to tell.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
it is.
like
Of
the
this-
dog.
Now it's like this guy where he like went crazy one day and he like killed his entire family with a shotgun and then burned the house down and died.
Oh, is this
died in the
in
fire. It's in like Mantua.
dude,
Malka
don't
Hill?
dox ourselves, bruh. All that shit we just said about
Yeah, that
Kennedy
really
and
narrowed
Lincoln.
down where we were at.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it definitely does narrow.
If you want to come kill us, you now have a good 30-mile radius to search.
So yeah, this
But
guy.
yeah, I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, kills his whole family, burns the house down, gets burned up in the fire, dies. And there's all these, local stories about how if you like drive by his house and you go there at a certain time of day or a certain time of night, you can like hear gunshots, or it'll start to get really hot near the house, even on like the coldest winter nights. So I tell George about this, and I'm like, we should definitely go. We should just check it out to see what, because the remains of the house are still there.
We were all about it too. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do this. This sounds awesome.
So we go driving on this back road to get to the house, and then as we're both driving down this road, I start getting this really, really weird, like, gut instinct feeling. Just like something feels like off, like wrong. And then I kind of like notice that George is like looking kind of weird.
No, that's just me.
But he's looking kind of off too, and I'm just like, dude, I feel weird. and
yeah.
Apparently he was sharing the exact same feeling, like at the exact same time in the exact same spot.
Mind you, when we pulled up to it, it's like this hill that like goes. Remember, like went up. I remember going up, like up.
It goes up
hill.
and then it just goes down really steep.
Yeah. And I remember it was pitch black, dude. Like, you could not see out into the woods. You couldn't see, like, anything at all. And as we were going up that, I was just like, something ain't right. This did not feel good.
This driveway
so we got it.
Bad energy.
I think George turned around and we went, like, 50, 60
out
on
of there. We were
this
just like
25-mile-an-hour road.
It was like that moment where you just felt like you were being watched. It was like, and like I live in an area that's all like wooded, and you can't see into the wood. It's just dark and creepy around where I live.
See the eyes like looking at us right now because you still haven't put your blinds up.
Who needs blinds? If there's a paranormal thing that wants to kill me, it's not going to stop at the blinds.
Never know. Why do you think they're called blinds?
I just use my blankie.
Yeah,
cover myself up all the way.
It blinds the monsters trying to look in.
Renders them incapable.
Renders them useless.
Keeps the shaking dogs and talking spaghetti out.
When was this driveway excursion?
This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, it was like 2 or 3.
I was gonna say, y'all going on driveway excursions without the third ghost host.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
We didn't want you to spoil it for everyone when we got there.
Yeah, we're 25 minutes away and just go, oh, is this going to be the place where we get really weird feelings?
Perfect.
On an unrelated note, I found another SCP that's 2 dogs that are actually nukes.
One shakes and the other one goes off.
I wish I was lying.
Well, go on.
From the way that you put your phone down and started scratching your head, I was like, oh, it was just a ruse.
Do you want the title for it?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Zardogba, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Pet the Dog. They're 2 St. Bernards that if they get too stressed out will detonate like nukes. Because they don't have hearts, they have chambers of pure plutonium or something.
Actually okay with that.
That's interesting. Plutonium.
Everybody, you should treat your dogs like they're nukes. I don't want any stressed out dogs.
But yeah, spherical assembly of plutonium-239. Interesting stuff.
No, You're not gonna like lay into it anymore?
No, that's really
that's
it.
what Chernobyl.
That's like it.
They just didn't.
Yeah, they
didn't have a good track record with their pound.
No, they got the dog that shakes, and they found a way to keep it from shaking.
Dogs,
yeah, there we go.
These dogs were just found in Russia too, so there's something going on. There's a dog conspiracy.
What happens when
they're like the Dragon Balls?
What happens when an unstoppable shaking dog meets an immovable nuclear dog?
Well, that's the thing. That nuclear dogs are perfectly movable. They'll probably explode. How do you think the Cuban Missile Crisis happened?
They taped a bunch of dogs.
The dogs being moved in. But yeah, I'm going to stop looking at this list now.
At different types of dogs?
It just keeps getting worse.
I just keep going, and they just keep getting kookier and kookier. Oh wait, hold
Find
on. A
yourself
bootleg DVD of the Shaggy Dog. No, I'm done. I can't click on any of these.
Did you look up like the dog tag or something?
No,
Yeah,
the
dog,
dog tag.
tag.
This SCP is a dog that if it licks the bottom of
Just
your foot, it goes invisible.
No, I'm
Oh.
just on a list here.
Oh, I get it. I've been in the dog section this whole time.
If this dog pees to the south, all of South America evaporates.
If you don't pet this dog exactly 43.5 times, your left leg will get emailed to Vladimir Putin.
He's just like 15 legs under his desk.
Why does this keep happening
Why
to
won't
me?
it stop?
Don't understand.
Get me the red line.
Wait, doesn't he have like a really like high pitched voice?
Yeah. Definitely doesn't sound like that. That's what he wants to
I
sound.
don't understand. That's like a German like gnome.
German gnome.
Well, there goes the Russian sponsorship.
Oh, what? So we can get in the Mueller report?
Canada, if
I'm
you
sorry.
Oh,
want.
never mind.
I'm sorry, Mr. Putin.
I mean, Canada, if
We
you
do
want to
not
get
need
on
the
Mr.
best country
Trudeau,
right
if
now.
you want to get it on us, we're accepting sponsors. Please.
I'm hoping the Queen listens to this.
No, I don't want British sponsorship.
Fuck the queen.
You know, actually, I feel like this is the second podcast episode in a row where we're really insensitive towards British people.
Oh,
We're gonna start coming off as
Anti-
something here.
Anti-British? Isn't that the whole like thing of America?
It's Anglophobia.
Anglophobia.
It's a thing. Look it up.
What's that?
Anti-British sentiments.
Oh, I thought you just didn't like certain degrees of angles.
No, it means you're afraid of Anglos.
I really don't like
Anglo.
obtuse angles. Why do they have to be
I'm saying
so?
Anglos.
Why do they have to be so obtuse?
Would you say acute?
Anglos?
Is
90
that like when
degree?
you have like a? I knew a kid named Angelo. We both knew a kid named Angelo.
Angelo Bartolini.
We're really just knocking down, like, how they can track us. All they have to do is just look up, 30-mile radius.
Yeah, they're gonna type into Google and
Mulga Hill. and
Mulga
just go,
Hill, Angelo.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen, if
They have,
someone,
they have to talk to like maybe 5 million people.
And then they're gonna go through 30 things of going, wait, enhance that
Listen.
image on Google Images.
all I'm gonna say is I'm the heaviest one out of all of us, so I'm not the one getting abducted.
How do you
So-
know? How do you know they don't have a dog that makes
Because they're
heavier
gonna
people
see
lighter?
me next to Twig 1 and Twig 2 here.
I feel like George is more rough and tumble than me. So
Rather than
I'm
Tom.
kind of like the worst of both worlds. So I feel like I'm the most likely to get abducted.
They're gonna grab you, they'll open up the door, go and grab you, and as they pull you in, your arms and legs
See,
are just
then we'll
gonna
have a
snap.
good story for the podcast.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Steve's not here today.
Steve got abducted.
You just have to Skype me or something.
Yeah, you're
They'll have Skype, right?
yeah.
When they send us the ransom video. Fine, we'll pay you, but you had to do an episode of the podcast
Wait,
first.
we watch the ransom video first, and then Jim spoils what they say at the end, what they're gonna do to you.
They'd probably try and feed me. I'd be like, "Is this Mediterranean falafel salad?" And they would just dump me. Sorry, we want the other one.
We want the other one that doesn't eat complex food. Yeah, that's all I got.
That
tonight.
was good.
You probably should have stopped like 20 minutes ago.
No, it's all right. You know what? We got a lot of commentary out of that. That's all right. That was
you keep
successful.
talking.
No.
You keep talking like that, and I'll read another SCP.
All right, let's go. Just one more.
One more.
One more.
We got time for one more.
Let me find a good one.
Oh,
I'm into
Christ.
the really serious sounding ones right now.
Just put a blindfold on and just tap.
If you could have a dog with a superpower, what would you have?
If I could have a dog with a super,
It could be like anything, because considering like a dog that shakes to generate energy and a dog that blows up.
I want a dog that, on command, will feed every person in the world simultaneously.
I want a dog that has an inaudible bark, but every time it barks, it's like a dog whistle, but it attracts like millions of seagulls.
Why would you want that?
Yeah, really.
So I just put them in an area
Okay,
where I don't
What's
like
this?
people.
Alfred Hitchcock's Birds?
Yeah.
How's this one?
A dog
sound?
starts it.
Garfield minus Garfield.
Nope, done. Okay.
SCP-4336.
Is this the phone?
Garfield.
I don't know.
minus
We're about to.
Garfield.
Oh, this is about a person, not the cat. I want to read this.
Instant regret.
Meet it for all it's worth. SCP-4332. Oh, this one's long too. SCP-4332 is a dairy cow composed entirely of various dairy products. The majority of SCP-4332's flesh consists of whipped cream, with milk taking the place of blood, and each organ being replaced with a different flavor of ice cream. Despite this, SCP-4332 functions and behaves almost identically to a non-anomalous member of its species, down to the microscopic level. It does not appear to experience pain when parts of its body are eaten or removed. Removed sections will regenerate themselves fully within 2 hours. It can absorb external dairy products into itself, assimilating them into its body and increasing or regenerating its mass. This is weird. This is probably the weirdest one I've ever clicked on.
I don't think I have any sort of commentary.
I have nothing to say. I don't know how to reply to that.
So it can be milked. However,
that was going to be my question.
Rather than providing milk, rather than providing milk,
does it spoil
when it is milked, it will result in a stream of chunks of steak.
What?
What?
It's a cow that's reversed.
I don't know if I want to read. I don't want to know if I want to read SCPs.
Can we go back to the spaghetti in Bill Clinton's office?
Someone needs to tell that man that cows don't work like that.
I did not have sexual relations
with the
spaghetti. It's too good.
This one has a rating.
They had to pay the spaghetti to stop talking.
Hillary covered that up.
Yeah, I think I'm done with SCPs for tonight.
It wasn't lasagna.
Yeah, I'm definitely done with SCPs for the night.
Hopefully forever after that.
Yeah, that was a little much right there.
That was an interesting streak you had going on there.
See, you gotta balance it out. You got creepy swamp woman in the corner, and you got Windows McGee down in the cabin.
Were they windows, Jim? I had no idea.
I meant to say paintings.
Well, I would hope that you knew that there were paintings, considering the fact that he started the story with the paintings in the woods or whatever. The
portraits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You must be fun at movies.
You know I'm fun at movies.
I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference between a portrait and... Because he was able to see that they had angry faces. You should also be able to see that they're not... It's not like an oil canvas.
No, well,
or flat.
I feel
a portrait could be a photo.
And I feel like if he could see the faces right in the house, how couldn't he see enough in the woods? If there was that many portraits, quote unquote, I feel like he would have had to have seen someone hiding behind a tree.
Oh, it was dark out.
But he saw the portraits in the house.
If this teaches me anything, it's just that I'm going to talk to every single humanoid painting that I see. Just to make sure that it's an actual painting. Because it gives me a response and I know to not sleep there.
It's just paintings? Because, portraits could be photos. It doesn't have to be a painting.
Can we do a vlog now of taking Steve to, the museum?
I was going to say, why don't we just take you to the Wawa where you can, walk past the magazine section?
There you go. Oh, ma'am?
Sir, gentlemen.
Sitting there with dialing into the ATM. It's like, do you mind?
Just in the Museum of Art looking at a Monet.
Yeah.
Miss, are you aware that you are made up of very beautiful colors?
Why is this dog on here? Why is it shaking?
But then I gave the portrait attention. What if oh my god, the lady's inside the portrait?
It all
and
ties
the portrait's
together.
really predatory street art.
And the portrait shot its entire family.
I want to believe.
And then it's a Loveland frog.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
And it kills bunnies.
It's Loveland frog.
Forgot about the Loveland frog.
How could you, dude?
Honestly, I forgot about it until you brought it up, and I was like, man, I wish I
gotta
still
have
forgot
a serious one next week. My last 2 episodes have just been me Loveland frogging it up.
Was that you that Loveland frog? I thought I did.
Yeah, I had a ball. Are you gaslighting me right now?
I think I did Loveland frog.
Yeah, no, that was definitely Jim.
Creepiest part of this podcast is when I get Jim to completely question and forget himself.
We're
to the point where he no longer has an identity.
We're all actually a single being. We're like a 3-headed giant.
Yeah.
You ever see
George,
Monty Python and the Holy Grail? And there's that
Wow,
one
yeah, I
knight,
keep inadvertently making Monty Python references.
the knight with the 3 heads.
Was this like 2009?
That was like
That-
2006 when we watched that.
And that movie came out in the 90s.
Yeah, but it wasn't relevant to me until
I
2009.
think it's older than the 90s.
That's-
I don't know how when.
That's a pretty old movie. Those guys are like half dead now.
No.
Those guys are pretty old now.
Matt, now you're alienating the Monty Python. Well, now we already lost Britain, so I mean, same file.
I said 90s. I meant to say 70s. 1975. Holy Grail came out. It's an
And
hour
it's
and 30
got-
minutes.
Big, pointy. I'm not. Everybody knows Monty Python. I'm not going to start making Monty
It's
Python
got big-
references.
Pointy. It's got teeth like. It can jump like. Look at the bodies. What scene? What scene?
I wonder which
It's-
one it could be.
I thought he goes, look at the bones.
Look, oh yeah. Look at the bones. I warned you.
Why couldn't that be
I
our
warned you.
Why couldn't that be our podcast name? Just look at the bones.
It's not too late. No one watches the show.
Yeah, that's true. Hello,
Wow.
welcome to episode
Not
one of.
Not only
at the
have we
bones.
alienated
Look at the
Britain
bones.
Monty Python fans, but now we have alienated the fans that actually do listen to
All
us.
6 subscribers.
Amazing.
What do you think the Rotten Tomato score is for Monty Python and Holy Grail?
I thought you were gonna say our podcast.
I was going to say at least 3.
It's one. It's 100. Like
at least
percentage.
3 tomatoes.
No,
One of which is rotten.
It's a
The
97.
second one has like a worm sticking out of it,
97%.
but it's like a cute worm.
Like a cartoon one, like the one with the book, the kids book.
Yeah.
It's 97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think now may be a good time to end the podcast.
Yeah, we went full
We're
circle.
meandering.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely meandering.
Thanks
What do you
for.
think the Rotten Tomatoes score of Loveland Frog the Musical is?
Of one
The
Monty
musical.
Python. Anyways,
Have a good night, folks.
this has been the Ghost Collective, episode 4, possibly 5. We don't really know.
Thanks for
Episode
tuning
1
in.
of Look
If
at
you
the
like
Moon.
what you hear, press like. If you dislike it, press like. If you really liked it or disliked it, make sure you press subscribe. And if you are a corporation that has a lot of money,
Fuck
we
off.
would like some of it.
Oh, shit.
So sponsor us, and we will say your
don't know, what
corporation's
are-
name.
What are those
a
2
lot.
really popular ones? Or 3, like Blue Apron.
Snapple.
No, Blue Apron,
Snap.
Dollar Shave Club, and
Snap.
MeUndies. Which I could use some. Free
I use some new underwear.
free underwear. That's.
Or Shave Club for $1.
I don't shave, so.
Anyway, folks, goodbye.
Bye.
Not even down there.